which happened around 11 a.m. earlier today along the heavily trafficked Lagos-Ibadan Expressway led to the death of 2 persons.
Everyone, welcome to Pulse Media Services. Now, investigations on the fatal accident concerning Nigeria's boxing great Anthony Joshua reveals the following.
What we'll discover was that men at Shagam unit informed us of the unfortunate incident. From what we got to understand was that there was a trailer that was parked at the shoulder, whereby the vehicle conveying Anthony Joshua and his team did a wrongful overtake, and they ran into that vehicle, which was definitely because of the overspeeding. I didn't mean there were no overspeeding, probably that wouldn't have been that fatal. And from the report we have 5 people were involved in the total. 2 people lost their lives, and the rest just had injuries. He was not among the people that died anyway, but the DSS details that were with him took him to an undisclosed location, took him to an hospital. But it was not.
We have updates on this where Anthony Joshua was in a horrific car crash today where 2 of his friends lost their lives. So Anthony Joshua was sitting in the car in the back right hand side behind the driver, and the 2 men were both his close day one friends were sitting on the other side of the car, and that's where the impact of the collision happened. It was them colliding into a stationary truck that caused this, which is quite common in Nigeria and that part of the road, and it was where you were sitting in the car as it collided against that truck if you survived this incident. The car swerved left and ended up banked on the central reservation as passengers flocked to help the injured. The car was apparently overtaken and driving at a speed. People were filming Anthony Joshua as he was in complete shock climbing out of the car, but miraculously has just got minor injuries. But minor injuries is one thing, it's the mental side of this. We see footage now surfacing of both these friends together in good spirits before the situation. This is the last footage of them together.
Show you the streets of Nigeria. Sina, the first Iranian ever to step foot in Nigeria.
Hey, 2 times this year as well, that's crazy. April, December.
That's why you're called Sina now, bro.
We are going to examine critically the cause of the accident. Now, because if you go online, you see a lot of comments from Nigerians blaming Anthony Joshua for coming to Nigeria in the first place. But preliminary investigation shows that the accident was caused by overspeeding and wrongful overtaking. I will leave you to watch the entire video and then come up with your own understanding on the subject matter. I'll see you in another video. Of course, we wish Anthony Joshua quick recovery. Let us not forget that the accident claimed two lives of important personality who are part of Anthony Joshua's successes. The trainer and then and other friend of Anthony Joshua. Now we wish the dead internal rest, and then we wish Anthony Joshua a quick recovery. I will leave you to watch this particular video as we pray that this never happen again to our sportsmen and women. I'll see you in another video.
Rest in peace. There was known by Sina, very close with Anthony Joshua, and also Latif as well. These are his day one friends, not just his business associates.
The news is focusing on how he survived as a passenger with minor injuries. However, there were 2 people with him that died. One of them was a Muslim revert that went by the Instagram handle Healthy Mindset. A brother who was involved in charity work, in fitness and dawah. As you can see here, he is leading Anthony Joshua in prayer. And not to mention, 8 hours before the accident, he was chilling, playing ping pong with AJ. We pray that Allah grants him paradise and he grants his friends and family patience during this testing time. And may Allah make the reality hit us that we also realize that death can come on anyone, anywhere, irrespective of age, money, and where we are.
There is still an Instagram story as I make this video of Lats on the left here and Anthony Joshua together playing table tennis. These were their last moments together before this tragic situation. We also see a story from the other guy involved in the crash, another close friend, and he was posting up him just out in Nigeria and even posted near the vehicles before we see this tragic situation unfold. Apparently Anthony Joshua, a part of this situation, was unconscious. In complete shock your body goes into in a car crash like this. He probably didn't even know at that moment in the police car the extent of what happened to his friends. He's barely with it himself. People do not realise that the impact of collisions could knock it out of you. And now probably in the hospital is where he is finding out what has happened to 2 of his closest day one friends.
Bros, where did they find?
Darren Tillard said, if you want to know how truly effed the world is, just go and try and watch the Anthony Joshua car crash, where he's getting dragged out of the car, clearly not okay, and what are people doing? Filming. Not one slightest bit of concern. Let's film, F. Let me tell you, I hope he's okay. I'm hearing some people may have not made it, so praying for their loved ones.
Samantha, at the moment, we understand that Anthony Joshua has been taken away from the accident scene and has been taken to the hospital to get checked. But the Lexus Jeep, which he occupied with 2 people in front, was rammed into a stationary truck, and you could see the impact of that accident, losing 2 people seated in front of that truck. But Anthony Joshua's getting minor injuries there, and was seen taken away from the vehicle, wriggling in pain, and then taken into the vehicle of the police convoy that came with him, to heading up to that Makun area in Ogun State. You know that Anthony Joshua has got his ancestral home here in Ogun State, Nigeria, and that's what he thought in the festive period. But at this time, we're hearing this news around the Lexus Jeep, which he occupied, heading up to that Makun area in Ogun State, ramming into that stationary truck, and we could see the impact, and that's why at the moment, the 2 who occupied the front seats of that Lexus Jeep have been confirmed dead. But Anthony Joshua has been taken to the hospital, taken away from that accident scene right now, and is being given attention.
I played it in my last video and it is very well known. A guy explained it in a TikTok that I posted that the roads out in Nigeria are not the safest. Even with an influx of money there's still issues on the roads with not clear markings and various traffic issues where collisions are more likely in a country like this. As you can see, Anthony Joshua was sitting in a police car after this happened. Apparently an ambulance took ages to turn up. Someone said on X, so if I have an accident in Nigeria, no police or ambulance will show up. The UK and US in recent years have paid 10 billion to Nigeria for infrastructure, and where is it gone? And even if the government is awful, why aren't these millionaires and billionaires, the Burners, Wizzies, Cuppies of the world putting money together for a workable emergency service, like the Jews do in Stamford Hill, or how London Air Ambulance is funded with donations and corporate partnership sponsors? There's too much money in Nigeria, but they're not to be emergency service, surely.
Here's what we know. Police say the crash happened this morning in Magun in Ogun State, here on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It's in the southwest of Nigeria, about an hour north of Lagos. The Federal Road Safety Court says from preliminary findings that Joshua was a passenger in the rear of a Lexus SUV that lost control during an overtaking manoeuvre and crashed into a stationary truck parked on the side of the road. They claim excessive speed and wrongful overtaking are the primary causes of the crash. While Joshua's injuries were described as minor, the Ogun State Police Command announced tragically 2 other passengers in the vehicle lost their lives at the scene.
Videos have actually surfaced from Anthony Joshua's close associate and personal trainer's recent humanitarian outreach campaign in Nigeria before he sadly passed away in his crash, and this was the kind of work he was doing.
Hi guys, so I'm here back at the Spot project. I was here in 2019 and boy, the changes that have been made are incredible. They've built a couple of new buildings. This building behind me wasn't here before. A couple of new classrooms for the kids to learn Arabic, English, maths and all that kind of good stuff that they need to learn to survive in the society. The football pitch that's been done for them to play football, which they all love, and the basketball courts. So I'm seeing that they're not only working on their mental state, they're working on their physical form as well. So well done to Spot Project and congratulations. May Allah bless you guys, and I really encourage you guys to come out here and see it for yourself. You know, with the help of donations, this is all helping for a great cause, not only for the kids but for ourselves. It's a humbling feeling to be out here. I feel tremendously happy out here and at peace, knowing that the kids are safe and seeing the improvement from around about 4 years ago. I advise you guys to come out here and check it out for yourself, or participate by any means possible, whether it's just giving a little bit of donations to help the project. Peace.
Matchroom Boxing and 258 Management, Anthony Joshua's company, said Anthony Joshua was involved in a road traffic accident in Lagos, Nigeria earlier today. With profound sadness, it's been confirmed that 2 of his close friends, team members, have passed away. Matchroom Boxing and 258 Management can confirm Anthony Joshua sustained injuries in the accident and was taken to hospital for checks and treatment. He's in stable condition and will remain there for observation. Our deepest condolences and prayers are with the families and friends of all those affected, and we ask for privacy being respected in this incredibly difficult time. No further comment will be made at this time. Jake Paul, who we just fought, said life is much more important than boxing. I am praying for the lost lives, AJ and anyone impacted by today's unfortunate incident. The MVP family is thinking and praying for everyone involved and has been impacted by today's car accident in Nigeria. My prayers and condolences go to all. Jake Paul also referenced both friends when it come out and said my thoughts and prayers with the families and friends and AJ. Anthony Joshua himself numerous times goes viral on TikTok talking about life's too short, just enjoy yourself, and this is a situation that's deeply going to affect him mentally more than anything. Being involved in something like that, being in shock, and we'll soon hear from him, I'm sure, but this time he needs to take out for himself, fully recover, and he may not be the same mentally after this. Seeing your 2 friends pass away in front of you is deeply devastating. My thoughts are with him and the families of those who lost their lives.
Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day, so don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna around. You've got heart attacks, disease, wars, life could just hit you like that, so try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get